Hi everyone, welcome back to the TechKraft channel. My name is Sulav Shakya, and today let's talk about MVPs, POCs, and prototypes. What's best for your business? As you might already know, businesses have a long way to go before any idea turns into a full-fledged product. However, knowing how to get there can be quite challenging for most startups. Between budget and time constraints to build your product, you are faced with a tough choice. Do you start out by building an MVP, a POC, or a prototype? What should you develop to realize your final product with the lowest risk and highest efficiency? Here's our simple guide on how to make the right choice. Starting out with an MVP or minimum viable product. An MVP or minimum viable product is the simplest version of your product that offers the bare minimum functionality, just enough to be viable and ready for consumers. It helps to generate data from early adopters whose feedback can be vital towards a great final product. But keep in mind, depending on the complexity of your product's design and functionality, if you dive straight into a marketable product without proper testing, then it can result in bad user experiences which can distance consumers from your product. This is where POC and prototypes can help. So let's move on to POC, or proof of concept. The proof of concept helps test the feasibility of a feature or a small part of your product before you start developing the entire system. Proving if something works early on saves you the costly hassle of debugging a flawed product that you've already released to the public. A POC is an internal assessment for errors, so consumers aren't meant to try it out, unlike an MVP. Now let's move on to the prototype. A prototype is similar to the proof of concept in that it is also an internal assessment for mistakes. However, the key difference between a prototype and a proof of concept is that rather than testing for one single issue at a time, in a prototype, we combine and test multiple features and multiple aspects to see if they work well together. You can even showcase your functional prototype so that you can get investors on board before you build an MVP. Before getting started on an MVP, POC, or prototype, it's important to ask yourself these key questions. What am I trying to verify? What's the scope of the idea? And who am I trying to impress? If you're trying to get funding for a complex innovation, then starting out with a POC or prototype can be your safest move. On the other hand, a simpler idea can directly turn into an MVP, fast-tracking your digital transformation and business capabilities. If you have the budget and time, then these three can work in phases, starting with the POC, then moving towards a prototype, to launching an MVP, and optimizing it towards your final product. Cost can be a major decider for most businesses when deciding what to build first. To understand cost, we can use the 1-10-100 rule. According to this rule, cost can multiply in software development and deployment depending on how early or late an issue is discovered. If an issue is discovered in the proof of concept level, then it can only cost 1 unit to fix this issue. But if the same issue is discovered in the prototyping stage, then it can cost 10 times more. Likewise, if you deploy the product into the market as an MVP, then it can cost you 100 times more to debug and patch the same issue. Understanding your product's needs is key to building the best roadmap to your final product. So what do you think is best for your business between an MVP, POC, or prototype? Or do you think you need them all? Let us know in the comments down below. If you like this video, do give it a thumbs up, hit the notification bell, and subscribe to the TechKraft channel. Till then, this is Sulav Shakya, and I'll see you guys again in the next video.